Hey, Delton. Oh. Oh, Jason, you still there? I saw you on TV last few weeks ago. Did I? Yeah, you saw me, yeah. Yes, you've done. Yeah, yes, you do. Delton, yeah. You saw me on TV and started playing around for the whole reason, is it? Okay, Delton. I know there's a few things that I really noticed that. I know there's a few things that, I know there's a... The flame have done... It's done, well... Flammable... Usable... They didn't get any existed, but... You know... Across the flames, I can't even understand why, is it? I'm just going to tell you about the things that is very bad. But not very special though, Delton. But I'm just going to tell you one thing about the homicide lockdown is not good enough, but you know. It's a lockdown though, Delton. The homicide lockdown. Maybe it's a lockdown though. Can't go anywhere. All those biocomponents, they didn't mean it to do, or whatever they needed. They've needed to get everything sorted. Well, it's because these people who aren't coming in, so we don't think we were not going anywhere though. It's only daydreaming though, Delton. It's the thing we don't really go to. Going to the flame, well, going to their gates. The gates are still closed because of a lockdown. Well, eventually, Delton, I usually ask to somebody, but for some other reasons, Delton, it's kind of weird. Weird and weirdness. You know that, right, Delton? But for some of the reasons, though, Delton, but it couldn't be eventually happened, but there was something happened. What they needed to do is, you know, not too strange, but, you know, I couldn't even get any task to make everything on purpose. I'll have to make them promise, so I can always do whatever I wanted to. But for some reason, Delton, I wish I can do whatever they wanted. So, the reason why, Delton, it's not good enough. But as I speak, it's very few things that it's kind of realistic. It's feels sore and I don't know what's going on, but you know, Delton. The first thing is the homicide lockdown is it's unfinished lockdown, but eventually it doesn't matter what they needed to do. I'll tell you what, Delton. The thing is, right now, it's the few things that it doesn't really matter what they was doing. So we don't want to know, but we'll get it ordered. So there is something that I really wanted to give you the other descriptions. When I came alongside, but it's not. It's out of its depth, you know, Delton. But for some of the reasons that we don't really think we were having a great time, so we have no risk at all, but make everything suffered. Yeah. So what they needed to do is stay at home. But we're not going anywhere until this is not going to end. But what were you going to say, like, you know, something's going on, but, you know, I know there's something's going on with all these people, but every people died because of a lockdown, but, you know, They've been shot by the FBI's, police, SWATs and FBI teams and SWAT teams, but police forces, but you know, they're killing people because they were trying to escape the quarantine. But eventually, it's very sad though. It's too risk. When I came alongside, but it's just the only thing we don't do is we issued back to where we were started from. So we don't deserve a chance that we do not know what we expire. We don't expire things already, do we? When I was thinking of, like, we don't think we were secure. Nothing else. But we do not know what we're thinking about is beating like a man. For what we were thinking of, we don't actually think we were talking about the industry. The industry doesn't look taking place for the whole time. But spending more time, it's reckless, you know. I know it's kind of bad, but I know it's bad though, Delton. But I'm sorry, but I couldn't even get any lessons. But you know, facial scanners. I wouldn't even know though, Jason. But when I speaking to somebody, when you told me things already that this is not gonna actually work on it, but it's not simple, complicated. But the only things I cannot just make everything suffered, but something's badly wrong and everything is all dumb. But you see, it's unfinished. You know, the lockdown's still unfinished as well. It's not finished yet. You know, what about them? What they needed to do? There was something that we needed to get every solutions. We needed to get it back as soon as possible. But then, Jason, we're all doomed. We're both doomed. We couldn't even go out there because of a lockdown. It's known as the homicide lockdown. What they mean is, it's not good. I couldn't even try harder than this, Jason. You know, Jason, thanks for telling me about the lockdown, but, you know, I'm so tired right now, but I know if there's anything we wanted, but nothing much exactly. You know what, Jason, but I think you should go right now, but I'm just quite busy. My SVC territory. Well, you know what? By the way, Jason, I could even say to you that you made everything promised, but just ahead, you make everything mourn and suffered. But because you made everything promised and who you are talking about with, but it's just the only thing we don't do. So what were you trying to do is to bring it back and forth. When you turn it into back and forth, it's not gonna happen when it's done. Okay, Jason? You may free to go. But I've already know how to stay safe. You can go now, Jason. Actually, Jason, have a nice day. You understand? Yes, Delton, I understand. I'll keep fighting. That's the only thing I want to do. Save the world. Saving lives. I have to go, Delton. Good luck.